Hey Money Guy family, it's your host Brian Preston, back with another episode of Ask the Money Guy.
That's right. You guys have the financial questions. We've got the financial answers. You can go out to your favorite social, use the hashtag AskTheMoneyGuy. You can leave a comment below in the comments, or you can go to our website, why'd I say www? You can go to moneyguy.com.
It's Brian Preston, the Money Guy.
All right, Brian, so here's today's question, and we get this one all the time.
Hang out with an old guy.
That's what it is. It's on the interwebs. Here's the question that we have today. Okay, guys, I hear you talk about being smart and how I employ my army of dollar bills, and I just don't like carrying cash around. Is it better for me to use a credit card or a debit card?
Yeah. And truthfully, this is a very personal decision, so I think the healthiest way to talk about this is let's talk about the pros and cons with each one, and in that way, hopefully it will help you realize which one fits your personality, your discipline level, and just kind of your natural instincts in your relationship with money. So the first one, debit card. Now here's the pros. It's going to protect you from overspending.
That's right.
Because debit cards are attached to your checking account.
Once you hit zero, you can't swipe anymore.
It's hard to take more than you have. Now, you can have overdraft and all these other things, but in a theoretical sense, it's hard to overspend with debit card because it is connected to cash. The problem, tying in on that also makes it good for discipline. It makes it for behavior. Mm-hmm. There's all kind of things that go into that I do think those are all positives for debit cards. So let's talk about now the cons for it. The con is that you are giving anybody who has access to that credit card with the Visa logo or MasterCard logo probably has a pretty good line to your bank account. Mm-hmm. That is a little scary in the fact that, look, I know banks give you protection that you'll likely get your money back within 10 days. Mm-hmm. However, that is 10 days to your checking account, and you know what's going to happen when you go to the bank and you say, look, my account has been compromised. They're going to say, well, let's issue you a brand new account number to just be safe.
Right.
And that means now you get new checkbooks. Maybe you young folks don't care about checkbooks, but I still have checkbooks, and that's a big deal when I have to replace that. Plus, I have a lot of automatic bill pay things. I have a bill pay service, and I'm paying bills automatically, so I had to connect all those different accounts between my money markets, my high yield savings, my checking. They're all interconnected, so changing that is not a fast overnight process. Right. So there's a lot of moving parts that could be really upset if my account was compromised. That is a big, big deal. So now let's transition credit cards. What are the positives with credit cards? Credit cards, if they're lost or stolen, is not that big of a deal. Right. Because guess what? You're using OPM, other people's money. It's not your money. You're using the credit card company. So that gives you another benefit, is that when disputes arise, when you have somebody that you bought a service from or bought a product, if it doesn't go well, you can call the mob boss, which is your credit card company, and say, hey, look, Pinky, this guy is treating me wrong. He charged me wrong. I want you to pull that back and take that money away from them because I'm disputing it. And they're going to be like, no problem. Right. You got Pinky on your side. And they're going to totally pull it back for you. So that's a good thing. And it's even what I like is that, like, I had a friend. He got in this dispute with a rental car company. He returned a rental car. They didn't realize that he had returned it. I don't know how that even happens, but he gets a bill for like 3 weeks for a rental car that was sitting on the lot. They just never checked it back in because he did an overnight drop-in, and he fought with them for a month and a half, could not get the credit card company to understand what had gone wrong. He calls Pinky, the credit card company, and says, I'm disputing this. So guess what? It was taken care of. Never heard from the credit card company again. You do that with a debit card, I don't know that you get the same type of protection. So let's flip it to the cons. You are making a deal with the mob. Just like Pinky is a great heavy for you, he is also charging you a horrible interest rate. So if you don't pay the loan shark back, which is the credit card company, the average credit card rate right now is 17.76%. That is just very punitive. So that's why I can make the mob analogy, is because it is a very dangerous tool to be aligning with somebody like that.
The other thing when you use a credit card, at least when you use your debit card, if your balance is starting to get low, most institutions will send you a notice, hey, you have a low balance, you want to check this. Your credit card, they're not going to do that. They're just going to let you keep swiping whether you actually have the ability to pay it back or not. So behaviorally, it opens up a lot of risk.
So let's now talk about decision factor. What do you do for yourself? I will tell you guys, and here's the thing that I mentioned on credit cards too, is that because it was a positive for debit cards and negative for credit cards is the behavioral side. If you look, when I talk to Dave Ramsey employees, they say, look, this whole thing with credit cards, a lot of our research shows people overspend by about 35% by using credit cards versus cash or debit cards. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. You gotta know yourself. This is the biggest thing. If you know you struggle with discipline, if you know that you're the type of person, if you have access to this piece of plastic, I mean, there's Will Smith videos, there's all kind of celebrities that have hilarious things where they said as soon as they got access to this magical credit card, they just lost their mind. You need to probably think about debit cards as being your self-control tool. Now, there's other people like myself, when I hear 35, I'm like, there is no way you can get 35% more out of me just because I'm using this piece of plastic. And plus, I maximize rewards. I mean, I love getting my 2% back on everything towards cash. I love my travel rewards. I love when I eat out. And I love the fact that if somebody steals or takes this credit card, it just does not disrupt the financial train that much. But I'm unique. Because here's the thing about credit card debts, Bo. We talk about it all the time. If you cannot pay them off monthly, you do not need to use them. So realize that you're making a deal with the mob and treat it accordingly.
I think this was a fantastic question. If you have a question, there's something in consumer finance you want to get our take on, go out to your favorite social, use the hashtag AskTheMoneyGuy, or go to our website, moneyguy.com, or you can leave a comment in the comments below.
I'm your host, Brian Preston. Bo Hansen, Money Guy team, out. Thumbs up, point.